So I know I'm always on here talking about the deals that we're doing, the wins that we're having, but I thought I'd share one of the losses that we just took. They're not all winners, even though we like them to be. This is actually one of our first losses. So we contracted on this property last July. So we actually are under contract. We closed on it, and we've been holding it chill just right now. It's supposed to fund and record today, actually, but a lot of days on the market. Some things that we learned on this was probably really when you're out of market. This is in Edinburgh, Texas. Most of our markets in Arizona. This actually came to us via referral from a past client that we had. So we ended up getting under contract with this. We tried to wholesale it out. It really wasn't getting any bites. Should have been an indication that we need to go in for a reduction. We actually tried to. We got an inspection on the property. There were some things that were kind of ticky-tacky. We went in for a reduction on, and they just wouldn't budge. So we ended up closing on this thing, and it took us almost 10 months to get this thing sold. So went under contract once, fell out last minute, and went under contract again. Finally, he's going to close. But we started around 245. We ended up selling this thing at 199 after holding costs, realtor fees, commissions, taxes, insurance. We ended up losing thousands of dollars on this. Luckily, it wasn't catastrophic, but it definitely doesn't feel good. So some things that we learned: whenever you're buying out a market, make sure you understand what you're buying, the location. Make sure you do a lot of research on your competition. This situation, there was a lot of competition. This is a newer construction property, but there's a lot of brand new 3.2s going on the market. No one's ever lived in about the same price point. So this one kind of a little bit of a funky floor plan. So kind of go with your gut instinct on what you think whenever you're looking at these type of properties. Make sure you're buying extra deep, especially if you're out of market. Make sure that you have multiple outs. This one, we thought we were good because we were in an equity position, but it didn't make sense on a rental, didn't make a lot of sense on seller finance. So we really didn't have a lot of outs on this property besides just trying to sell it. So we were at the mercy of the market, and we just kind of reduced and chased it down. Congratulations to the buyer. They got a pretty sweet deal on it, but it definitely didn't feel good. Also, don't take for granted boots on the ground. When you have people that can go walk into a property and handle a lot of things for you, it definitely makes it easier. When it's out of area for you, have eyes on it, you never physically been in it. It can be a little more challenging to overcome, average problems or issues. Out of state taxes and insurance in Texas, taxes are expensive, insurance expensive. We got hit with a tax bill of almost $6,000 on this house that was due, not paid by the previous seller, so we had to include that in there. Just carrying insurance non-occupant on this place for an investor was almost $2,000 every 6 months. So those are some of the numbers that didn't make any sense to keep it as a rental. So overall, know your competition, know your market, make sure you buy stuff extra deep, have multiple outs, and make sure you calculate all your tax, insurance, and your costs and your carrying costs and all that stuff accurately. Or a lot of these people that are watching this stuff happen on YouTube and other social media trying to flip and wholesale can get themselves in a deep situation. So if you're going to close on it, make sure you do all your research. This one stung a little bit, but we're going to make it up on future deals.